movie, and they're going through the boring part at the beginning of the, you know, and I can't remember. There's a term for that part of the movie, but they're always boring. It's just like the setup, and I can't remember the name of it. Learned it in theater class, but since it was in my short-term memory, it did not think I needed to keep that in my long-term, so it kicked it out, and I don't remember. So anyway, I start looking up, is this a true story? Because in the thing it said true events or something. So I look it up, and it's not based on an actual story about these two people. But it is based on events that actually happened to people being attacked by bears. Yeah.
But the whole movie was about that they were being chased by this man-eating bear.
Man.
Well, I mean...
I don't know how you didn't pick that piece up.
But they weren't. Not the whole movie.
What else was it about?
About how bears kill people.
Isn't that about man-eating bear?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you.
But it wasn't the whole movie. Like, the whole movie, they weren't being chased by this bear.
What else was it about, though?
Their relationship and how sweet and cute it was that they were going to get married. And
no, it's not. That was nothing. The whole thing, it was boring. I didn't like it.
No, I'll just say this. I'm woke now. I'm woke to bears. I'm not messing around with no bear. And there's not many attacks by bear, but it's crazy too because here we are, late August. Just take a wild guess when most black bear attacks happen.
Late August.
You got it. Congratulations. Yeah. So I think God wanted us to see that movie so that we would be aware.
Because you're in so many situations all the time where you'd find a bear.
Yeah, and I don't even know what I would do. And they say that when people, and they did it in the movie too, just to kind of show how real it was. But most people, when they get attacked by a bear, like the first thing that goes is their hearing. Like everybody pretty much says, yeah, I turned around, the bear was there. Poof, it was quiet. Or they heard like a ringing. Like your brain knows you're about to hear some crunching on your bones. So let's just turn that off. I mean, I don't know. Isn't that crazy that your brain would just turn your hearing off?
That is crazy.
Or maybe you're just, I don't even know how scared I would be. I don't think I've even been that scared ever.
I don't know.
Would you faint?
I don't know. Maybe.
Just talking about it.
People probably faint.
Man.
So aren't you supposed to like drop a shoe?
What?
Yeah. You didn't know that?
Again, we are not rangers. We are not therapists.
Hey, I was a Girl Scout for like a year.
Drop a shoe.
Yes. If you're running away from the bear, right, you drop an article of your clothing. So the bear will stop and explore it, try to figure out what it is because it smells like you.
Did you not watch that movie?
I did. I'm just telling you. Look it up. We're gonna Google that shit. I'm telling you, you can if you drop. Yes, that's what you're supposed to. I'm not saying it works all the time. I don't know. Obviously, maybe if he would have dropped a shoe, then he wouldn't have gotten mauled by that bear.
The bear pulled him out of the tent.
Yeah,
which does happen.
That's true. He didn't really have an opportunity to drop in his shoes. However, just saying, in general, that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, again, I wouldn't follow that advice. I would just stay away from the woods and look up some stuff on how to deal with bears. Because she had, like, bear spray. And they say, yeah, that the pepper spray, whatever, will scare the bear off. And one thing in the movie they said that wasn't really true is because when she sprayed the bear, they say usually, I mean, they'll still come back, but just not that quick. Because, you know, the movie was only an hour and 40 minutes. So they're like, well, we can't really do this how it really would happen. So we'll just play it along. But yeah, he came back and there's instances where bears would grab like multiple people, but they wouldn't do it at the same time. Obviously, the bear would come in, kind of mess up one, mess up the other, and then decide, all right, I'm snacking on you first, and then drag him away, have a little lunchy lunch, and then come back for the other one.
Well, she left. She ran. So she was not in the same spot.
Yeah, but the bear was coming after her again, and that really does happen.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, just all kinds of, like, bear preparation you need to have, you know. First of all, take a map. This guy didn't take a map. You know, take a map. Don't go in late August. Just not a good time for, you know, camping. It's just in the wilderness where it's called bear trail. Don't go on a bear trail.
Right.
Black bear trail, I think it was the trail that this guy was walking down. But, man, I don't even know what I would do. Like, if a big bear came at me like that, and then just to go deaf. And, now that I know that I'm supposed to go deaf, like, when I turn and see a bear, I'm like, shh, I'm deaf. Great. Now what do I do?
I think it's so funny. You're getting so worked up about this.
Well, this is life or death stuff out there, man. I mean, people do get killed by bears. And this movie was in Canada. I don't know if that's really where the stuff happens, but I don't know. Black bear, man, they're everywhere. I saw one in Arkansas. We're on our way to some stupid country festival. We were up this stupid hill, Mulberry Mountain, and this bear just...
It's like that.
No, he just ran out in front of the truck. But,
okay.
Yeah, I was like, damn, there's a bear. And I'm like, all these inbred people out here, like, just camping and listening to their country music all weekend, 3-day festival with Toby Keith and Zach, whatever his name is, Chicken Fried.
Well, more often than not, they're totally not interested in you.
The country people?
No.
Oh, the bears. Oh, yeah. Probably both of them.
Probably both.
Probably both. But, yeah, it just made me really think about life and, how I don't want to go out by a bear attack. And I think you asked me a few weeks ago, would you rather drown or go out by a bear attack?
I did
or
say
shark,
that.
Maybe.
Yeah. I said, would you rather be eaten by a bear or eaten by a shark?
Shark.
Now you've decided that.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, we went through a whole list of things, of ways to go out.
Yeah, because that bear was chasing that lady.
It was pretty ruthless.
So, on a scale, we'll go 1 to 10.
2.
Yeah, I give it a 1. I mean, the only thing cool about
you're talking about it like it's way more than a 1.
No, I mean, okay, I'll give it a 2.
Your enthusiasm
3.
about how it affected you and your thought process and planning your entire life about living an anti-bear life.
I'm just being real.
I know.
But
I see you in some, metal room, with your food delivered to you for the rest of your life because you don't want to be eaten by a shark or a bear. What else?
Is that an option? No. The reason why the movie was good is because they did mostly stick to what would really happen if a bear, grabs people. They normally attack during the day. You see movies and the bear's rolling through at night. No, during the day. That's when the bears like to get at you. And people don't even realize they're up on them until they're 100 feet away. They're like, oh my God, there's a bear. And then they go deaf.
Don't they just want to eat picnic baskets?
No, they want to eat people too. They will. They'll eat you. That's what they do. Would you ever eat a bear?
I've eaten bear before.
You have?
Yeah.
Well, then.
No, I haven't chased one down and eaten it.
Yeah. Well, I've never eaten a bear. So a bear he'd probably take you out first.
Because he knows.
I mean, you'd be just a little snack, though. I'd be a freaking meal. I'd be like, hold the fat one. I don't want no salad. I want a steak. Big fat ribeye. But, no, that was the only cool thing about the movie is they kept it kind of real and followed that along. And just look up is Backcountry based on a true story, and then just read what the director wrote and all the facts and stuff about bear attacks. That's what I found interesting about the movie. But them, it's not being based on those two people, which is kind of cool. Because if it would have been, it'd have been maybe a little sad or something. But those things they said did happen to people and bear attacks, and not all to the same people, but yeah. So, yeah, the movie was pretty bad, but it made me learn about bears, so that was pretty cool. So, pretty good day in recovery.
Yeah.
So, don't watch Backcountry. Read about bears. Be safe.
Oh, wait. Does that mean that glamping is out of the question, too, because it's in the woods? Because Corey and I were talking about places to go for, a vacation or getaway, and I said, how about glamping? And he says, what is that? I think it's and I said it it's a normal thing, and it's really not. I just learned about it a year and a half ago. And then we looked it up, the definition. I know what it is, but it's glamorous camping.
Ah.
Yeah.
Well, who told you about glamping?
I can't remember who I heard about it from, but it's gotten pretty popular, and it's supposed to be like having a hotel room in the woods. It's like a cabin, but you're in a tent. And it's more comfortable than, it's not roughing it out in the woods. So, I don't know. I guess it's kind of expensive too, but people do it. They have it actually here in Michigan too.
Would you ever go glamping?
Glamping.
Would you ever go glamping in Arkansas?
I don't know. I've never vacationed in Arkansas, period. So,
what state would you not go glamping in?
Probably like New Mexico.
I think we have people that listen in New Mexico. Your buddies.
I just said that just because it's more like foresty kind of environment usually.
Well, doesn't northern New Mexico have some trees?
Maybe it does. Maybe I need to explore New Mexico. Maybe that's a sign.
Yeah, maybe it is.
Yeah.
I don't know. So, yeah, glamping, it could be. But, yeah, so to recap today's show.
Making lists.
Backcountry, I'm going to go backwards, too.
Okay.
Glamping is something we're going to check into. Maybe we'll have a 217 recovery glamping party.
There you go.
Doubt it, but we'll see. Backcountry, don't watch. It's horrible. Watch out for bears. They eat you. And, yeah, make a list. And don't be afraid, because I'll still tell you how I feel, even though I know you get tired of it sometimes. But I still have to do that for myself. But I will make a list. And also, there's resources for you if you're trying to have family members figured out. I was talking to my homeboy George yesterday, and he was telling me about a situation where, somebody was talking to him about addiction, and he wasn't trying to be a jerk about it. He was just, he doesn't know, or at least he doesn't think he knows. He doesn't know he might be addicted to something, but it's not substances. So he's confused by it and just asks, questions like, well, why don't you just stop? Why couldn't you just stop? And so there's a lot of stuff that will help people like that. Or if you want to say, hey, look, there's this resource. It's 217recovery.com/resources. Go there, click on the little yellow thing that says navigating through treatment and addiction. And or maybe it's, I don't know. It's yellow. And it's on that page. You'll see it. Click the words. And it'll take you there, and you can download it and, share it with people that might need it, might not understand. I don't know if I would share it with somebody, like maybe somebody you personally feel has a problem with alcohol or, substance use, and you're just like, I'm going to send it to them, and I'm going to show them that they got a problem. Maybe that's not the way to go about talking to somebody about it,
right.
But for those who don't really understand it, or maybe you're trying to get their loved one into a treatment center and they've hit Google and thought, this is how I'm going to do it. And then they realized, wow, it's been 2 weeks now and I still can't get him into treatment. I don't know what to do. Yeah, there's some resources there for sure. And then we have resources on our page besides that little guide, with kind of directing you a little bit where you need to go and who you need to talk to at first. And there's many different ways, and some ways will work one day and some ways won't work the other way. If you go to your doctor and say, hey, look, here's how I'm feeling, maybe try some outpatient, or maybe you think you need inpatient. It's all about what you feel is going to help you the most at the beginning of it. If it's one and done for you, man, that's great. Proud of you. But for most people, that's not the case, and it does take time. It takes changing your life, and it should be an exciting change too. And
yeah,
it was for me. And like I said, 2 years ago, I would not I'm doing everything I can today to not go back to that person and not go back to that